What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Straight to the tabletop this time. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace and upgrade the factory trigger shoe that comes with your factory SCT43sc frame, which I have one right here. Now these, you can get them stripped or assembled. When I got mine some time ago, I got it assembled, which is why I have this spare trigger assembly. So I'm going to upgrade the trigger. However, I do want to say that this trigger as it is not that bad. I actually did try it out and it's pretty good. However, I love flat face triggers, which is what I'm going to upgrade to, but not just any trigger. I'm going to upgrade to a Tactical Pontoon Peacemaker trigger shoe. Let me get out of the bag here. Definitely one of my favorites. There it is. Flat face with a red safety. So let's go ahead and start it up. Let me get the Trigger Jedi out of the way here. So huge shout out and thank you to James from Tactical Pontoon. Really nice triggers. Highly recommend them. So in order to do this, we need to knock out a trigger pin, which is right here. There are two pins in the trigger. This is the safety blade pin and the trigger pin right here. If you pay close attention, maybe you can't see it or not, but this trigger is sealed, which means that the trigger pin is right here, but there's no hole back here. So we need to punch out that trigger pin right here in order to remove the trigger bar. So I'm gonna knock it out with a punch right here. Now, one of three things is going to happen. Number one, the pin is gonna just punch out the plastic right here, which is what we're looking for, or the plastic will break, or what could also happen is that the pin, once I punch it out, it'll leave an indentation on the plastic, which will give me a reference point where to drive out and might need to cut through the plastic to drive out the pin. So what we need to do is obviously remove the trigger from the housing here. And all you need is this. Once again, this is the factory trigger shoe that comes with your factory SCT43sc frame. So let's go ahead and give it some wax here. I have a hole pre-drilled on my table. It's gonna be kind of hard because I don't have a block, or unless I can kind of see where the pin goes, but let's see if we can give it some wax. At least drive that pin out a little bit to the point that we can at least see where it comes out on the other side. All right. This is going to be very tricky because I don't have a block. Now, I want to mention that if you do this upgrade, most likely you will render your factory trigger shoe useless, which is fine with me because I'm not going to use it anyways. All right. As you can see there's an indentation on the plastic, as I mentioned. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right there. Let's give it another whack. It's definitely going through. Yep. Let's give it another good one here. It's coming out. Let me get this out of the way because it's bouncing all over the place. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is to drive it out enough to where it either breaks through the plastic on the other side. I don't want to damage the trigger bar, so that's why I'm being very careful. All right, so we kind of have a reference point there. Let's see if we can drive it out through this side. The plastic is not broken. All we have is a little mark right there, an indentation on the plastic. All right, now we're flat on the table, which is what we want. It's right here. Let's see, it's gonna be real tricky. Now we don't need to drive that out all the way, just enough to clear the trigger bar. And I drop the trigger. Yep, I think I'm gonna be able to do it. Let's see here. Get it over the hole. Yep, there we go. So, as you can see there, I drove out the trigger pin, and here comes out the trigger bar. This is what we want. So, as it looks, this trigger is possibly still usable. I'll keep it just in case, but I'm not going to use it. Perfect hole right there, did not break. Pretty cool. So now what we need to do is install the Tactical Pontoon Peacemaker shoe on the trigger bar. Now, something really cool about this trigger shoe is that it does not come with a pin as the SCT43sc factory trigger shoe does. This comes in with a set screw. So I do need to go get my thread locker, and I'll be right back. Give me about 2 seconds. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm gonna use blue thread locker because it does have a tiny little set screw right there. It doesn't need a lot, just a tad bit will do. So the way you install is you grab your provided Allen key, which Tactical Pontoon does send you one. And here it is. It's really tiny, so don't lose it. This one right here. Again, all you need is a dab of blue thread locker. I'm gonna back it out almost all the way. Let me just dab a tiny bit on there. You don't need a lot again. Okay, that's good to go. Again, blue, not red for these kinds of projects. So all you gotta do now is line up the holes on the trigger shoe to the trigger bar and tighten down your set screw. Just line it up. Shouldn't be that tricky. And there it is. Nope, it's not. Let's see there. Yep, there we go. So that's good enough. Wipe off the excess thread locker there. You don't need that. And there it is, you guys. The Tactical Pontoon Peacemaker trigger shoe on the factory SCT43 trigger bar that comes with your SCT43 frame. So let me grab the housing real quick. Here it is, and you reinstall like so. Whoops. There it is, and it's ready to go on your frame. All right, so there it is. It's ready to go on your frame. Let's do that right now. Let me get this out of the way. Roll of tape, because I don't have a block. Once again, I really need to get me one since I work on these projects quite a bit. So I'm going to use a punch here and my mallet. Let's see, so we need to knock out these two pins right here. This one drives out real easy. I noticed that. There it is. And the trigger pin, usually I just wiggle the slide stop there and it'll come out. So I got them right there. Remove your locking block right here. I'm going to use my punch. There it is. Man, these parts are tiny. Remove the slide stop, and the trigger assembly should pop right out. There it is. This is, again, a Tactical Pontoon trigger as well. This is the Boogeyman Extreme Carry. Really like it, but again, the Tactical Pontoon Peacemaker is my absolute favorite. Let's drop that in there, like that. And there it is, good to go. Let's drop in the slide stop, like so. goes in there like that. Now we just insert the pins, which we have down here. This goes in real easy, like so. Whoops. There it is. And this one, do it this way. We gotta just wiggle the bar to get it in. And there it is. Let me grab my slide real quick and check for engagement. All right, here's my PSA micro dagger slide. Let's see if we get proper engagement. Might not. Come on. There it is. Ooh, perfect. Look at that, guys. Perfect. So once again, here's that wall. Just almost no take up at all. Very noticeable wall right there. Clean, super crisp break. And the reset. Love it. And in case you're wondering, let me whip out the gauge here. I'm zeroed out. Let's see where it's breaking at. And it's giving me a 5-pound pull right there. Let me try it once again. I don't mind a 5-pound pull on a carry gun. That is perfect. 4.5 to 5 pound is my sweet spot. Let's try that again. A smidge under 5, that'll work perfectly fine. Alright guys, quick video on how to upgrade your trigger on your SCT43sc factory trigger assembly. Once again, here is the factory trigger shoe that comes in with your SCT43 frame. This is a Tactical Pontoon extreme carry boogeyman trigger. And this, once again, my all-time favorite, the Peacemaker by Tactical Pontoon. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate your support. Make sure to like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Peace.